Alright, so when we left off, Devin was shooting free throws, making 90% out of the 200 that we were going to have him shoot. The mean value of that would be 180. Now, when we're using normal approximation to the binomial, our wording here is extremely important. When we see words like between on our paper, that means we're not including those numbers. If I'm between 160 and 180, then that means I'm talking about making 161 of them to 179. 179. So not including, between is not inclusive. So when we're looking at our standard normal curve, and we know the mean of that curve is 180, we're trying to find the probability that he makes between, well, makes 161, 162, 163, clear up to 179. When I correct for continuity in this case, I'm not just finding this area here, but I have to correct for continuity at both ends. If I make the area on the left a half unit bigger, I'm at 160.5. If I make it a half unit bigger on the right, I'm at 179.5. The probability that I'm really working at finding is the probability that x is greater than or equal to 160.5, less than or equal to 179.5. I need to turn both of those into z-scores. And then I need to find, using my table E, I'm going to zigzag down to here, find that area between those two scores. Go ahead and pause the video, do those computations, and then come back to me when you want to see the answer. Alright, so 160.5 turns into negative 1.08 for my z-score. 179.5 turns into negative 0.03. To find the area between, we take the right area minus the left area. And so he's got about a 35% chance of shooting somewhere between 160 and 180, meaning 161 to 179. Find the probability, actually I'm going to go here, if you would, that he makes fewer than 80 free throws. Find the probability that Devin makes 190 or more free throws. So pause the video, work them out, come back and see if you're right. So fewer than 80 means that we're not including the 80. So less than 80 means less than or equal to 79. If we make our area half a unit bigger, that means we're looking at the probability that x is less than or equal to 79.5. If we change 79.5 into a z-score, then we will get negative 5.58. And because that's off of our table, it said anything to the left of negative 3.49, we're going to call that probability 0.0001. We'd find out it's even less than that if you were to do it by hand, but again with our table, this is an approximation, and he has 0.1% chance of doing that poorly. Pause it again if you haven't already done the last one, and if you have, then keep going. Probability that Devin makes 190 or more means greater than or equal to 190. So if I want the area on the right side of 190, I have to make that area half a unit bigger, which takes me down to 189.5. Then we convert 189.5 into a z-score and get z equals 0.53. If I want the area on the right side of 0.53, I have to subtract that area from 1. And we find out that he's got about a 30% chance of making 190 or more of his 200 free throws. Okay, I want to make one more video with some examples. Come see me if you need me.